In 1976, the Hotcake guitar distortion pedal was invented by a New Zealander.
I bow to the Hotcake. They're all over the world. Everywhere you go, you just come up against the Hotcake.
The mighty Hotcake. You name a name. Noel Gallagher, Neil Finn.
As well as many others, including White Stripes, My Bloody Valentine, Pavement, Air Supply, Sonic Youth, Violent Femmes and Pearl Jam.
Hotcake, genius.
The genius behind the Hotcake is Paul Crowther, who began his career as the original drummer for Split Enz.
He's always invented things. In the early days of Split Enz, we'd all heard about synthesizers. The Beatles had been using them. Paul actually made one, and it was in a box, in a crate, an Apple box or something, with all leads and things. And if it broke down on stage, he was the only one who could fix it. So he'd kind of have to get up off his drum kit and have a fiddle. And there's something brilliantly New Zealand about that.
Most people couldn't afford anything. You didn't think about buying it. I just thought about you just make it.
And with the invention of the Hotcake, Crowther had made something guitarists had been looking for.
Distortion in a pedal, rather than having to crank your amp up really to jet aircraft engine levels, you use one of these so you can keep your amp quieter but still get distortion. It was a solo of bliss that I used it on. Without the Hotcake, it goes like this. Then when you stick the pedal on, you get this.
And that one, you hear the guitar sort of going, jang, 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 and you can hear the sort of breakup of the guitar, but you still hear the guitar sound behind there. You hear a lot of the colour and the sound. That's what the Hotcake kind of does.
The Hotcake is still in high demand around the world, but making it, as it has always been, is a small home business.
My wife, Jo, does all the circuit boards, and I assemble them all still. It's quite tempting to say, OK, we'll get them made in Taiwan, but that changes what it is, really. It's no longer handmade in New Zealand.